Hello, I'm WaffleStick, and welcome back to Waffle Works, a modded Minecraft series. We are currently down in this interesting area that I'm going to be showing you. Now, off camera, I was planning on doing some work, getting some materials together to start upgrading my Tinker's Construct modules, but I have found this crazy looking cave with a bunch of valuable materials in it. As you can see, we do have some diamonds lingering around. I think I've seen another diamond block somewhere. But this is a very cool cave, and I just stumbled upon this. I don't know if this is a rare thing because there's a bunch of rare elements here like gold, iron, and all of that good stuff. But I've been mining around. I found a mine shaft and found a bunch of cool stuff, and also we do have our mining backpack with us to keep all of our stuff in. I thought I'd gather a little bit of everything because I may need it in the long run. I was primarily coming down here for iron, and I got a bunch of it, but I'm thinking, without much further ado, we should probably explore this cavern a little bit. Just see what's going on over here. Oh, geez. This just continues on. Holy cow, what a stretch. I don't think there's anything dangerous down here as of yet, but it's looking pretty promising. All of this material, there is a skeleton right there. He's just blending in with the spider. Oh, hello, Mr. Creeper. That's not a good thing. Go away. It's still kind of dangerous down here. Gotta be careful. I'm not really sure what this stuff is all about or what it's supposed to do, but I'm thinking about gathering some of it, some of the green, because that'd be a cool decoration to work with. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be, but we do have some diamond. Ooh, that's kind of weird looking. Oh, you can see him through the crystal, and then, okay. I need to light this area up a little bit, I'm thinking, because it's pretty dangerous down here. I want to work on gathering a bunch of this material down here, and then I will get back with you guys. And we are back here at our starter home, and I'm down in the basement that I've been working on. We did get back my teleportation device that I picked up in the mine shaft. Look at this, the Enderwing Prime, which if I take this and then put it in my inventory, I can right click this and it will return me back to my bed from any position in the world, which is really cool. I haven't tried it in another dimension or anything like that. But if we come back down here, I don't want to turn around because I've got something I've got to spool. But we do have some items that we got from some dungeons. We got some enchantments and some tempered blades, which would be really good for backup. And then I think that's pretty much all that we've got from the dungeons. We just got some enchanted items, some enchanted armor that's not really that great. I didn't go very far in it. It's like the road-like dungeons that you go down a spiral staircase and collect all your loot. It was kind of boring, to be honest with you, because there wasn't really a whole lot happening. But I am thankfully back at base. And I want to show you guys kind of what I've been working on. Oh, check this out. This is going to be my smeltery room, and I may have called it Forge, so I do apologize if I did. I'm just trying to, I guess, associate those terms and then call it Forge, but it is called a Smeltery, which is used with a Tinker's Construct mod to make really cool tools, more of an upgraded things, and you've got to create it, and it requires somewhat of a larger area. But it looks like I want to have to look at some of the measurements, clear out the room maybe a little bit more, and decorate it up, and then we can get to building this smeltery. I'm pretty excited about it. The only thing I've got to do is go out and get some more seared brick, which requires grout, and grout is crafted by gravel, clay, and sand. So it's going to be a little bit tedious getting those things in order, but I'm going to go ahead and start rolling with that. I've been using the chisel quite a bit in this build, and I must say it's actually coming out pretty nice. As you can see, we have a nice little area for our good old crystals to go in. That way it gives us some lighting and also some foundation for our smeltery. So let's go ahead and place some blocks here. And I've been sitting here thinking of what would be the best textures to go kind of back here behind these glass panes or these cavern crystals. So I've been digging out these walls, maybe 2 blocks back, and then putting some cobblestone back here, some industrial looking cobblestone, because I'm just thinking it looks a little bit more appropriate as far as aligning it so that it looks like it functions for something, because that's kind of my goal, is to just go ahead and make this look like it's functional when it's, realistically not. But I'm thinking that, okay, there's the surface very close to there. And I'm going to try to not make the same mistakes as I did in my vanilla world of building it too high up, but I don't want to go too far down to get to my base and things like that. But I'm thinking that is probably the last crystal. If we take a look here. Ooh, that looks kind of wild. But I'm thinking maybe these may need aligning. So to like divide those up with the other textures. So I'm going to work on that for a second. I keep looking at this wall and I'm really liking this encased brick. I'm thinking that looks really nice. And if we continue this on other sides, I'm thinking it's going to look just as good when it fits in there. Now the way textures work on the chisel tool, you have to dig down one extra block and up just to make it look right. Or it'll start looking like it ends right here on this block, but we want it to continue the pattern. And that is looking pretty neat. It's starting to look kind of like a desert build for some reason. I'm thinking it's the cactus color coming through the crystals. Or see what I mean? The texture ends off there and that one keeps going. But yeah, I'm thinking it looks kind of like a desert build for some reason. I don't know. The more I look at it, the more I notice it. But let's take a look if we come back here. What would this look like? Ooh, that looks really cool. And I'm still planning on working maybe on the flooring to maybe brighten it up a little bit. Maybe do some brighter work because we are going to have that darker build in the center, or I could just make it all dark and kind of flow together. I haven't really decided yet. There's still quite a bit I've got to consider when it comes to the roof and the floor because that is going to complement the green. The green is a little bit bright and it just abruptly stops right there. But I'm wondering if maybe we took some slabs that would look good. So if we go over here to this here, and I'll have to just take some regular cobblestone. Let's see what some regular cobblestone would look like if we put it above a little bit here. No, it's still not breaking it up. For some reason, it looks like the pillar just abruptly ends. It's just the way the glass is. But if you kind of move around a little bit, you'll notice that it does look like it's going into the flooring, which it really is. It was trying to go for that effect, but that one looks like it abruptly ends too. So I'm going to work on this just a little bit longer and hopefully get something figured out. This is a little bit of a difficult design because all the textures are a little bit odd. They just work oddly together, but it is coming together at least. I went over to the mesa biome and decided to put some clay in here. And I'm thinking that looks pretty good. And as you can see from the top here, I'm going to clear out that grass because I have noticed that's only one block until we hit the surface anyway. And I've decided that maybe we could use that area to make our whole base. So like we can use our starter home still for just a bit until we do get done with this. But I'm not going to be completely safe down here until I've covered this up. I've got to remember that. But if we keep digging on, I'm thinking we need to stop about right here and then continue around until we've got a big hole dug here. So right there is looking about right. Let me find my dirt and place it right here. And then we just got to clear out the rest of this dirt, and then I'm going to try some glass covering for this because I think that'd look pretty cool. Marbled tiling should really fill in that design. I'm thinking that's going to look good if we just take a look at it from down here. Let me go ahead and clear this column out. And we'll see how it looks. It kind of complements the white that's down here. Let's go ahead and take this block down and run over here and take a look. Ooh, yeah, and then we could put our glass on top, which that may be one block off, or it's throwing me off one. Yeah, it is, because this needs to move one block back, which isn't going to be much of a fuss. I'm just going to dig these blocks out, get those other blocks, and push them back. But as I was saying, at our starter base, we could have it in this area, because what I was thinking about doing is clearing off my starter home once I start getting things rolling. And I'm thinking we can make like a big outside base, because I build inside a lot. It's something Pickle and I have talked about. I build quite a bit inside of areas and not really on the outside much. So I'm looking for a change on that. Maybe do like some cool outside build and make a big base out of it. But that is all filled in correctly now, and I'm thinking that looks absolutely awesome. And I'm thinking we need to take these bricks back because those just don't look that great. Except for that kind of bothers me. Let's take this one out. And if we were to just put this here, would that affect... Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. It's a different pattern, which doesn't look half bad. I should probably do that on this side as well. Alright, and I found something. I think I'm going to go with this thick grid glass because it's looking pretty good with our textures that we already have in here, and this is going to still provide a lighting effect that will help keep mobs from spawning in here and really light up the area, making it look nice. We should have some more glass in here. Just going to work on this a little bit more. I'm really pretty close to being about there. So let's go ahead and get our chisel out, and let's go for some more of that thick grid glass, and let's go ahead and fill this in, making it to look nice and neat and industrial. With the top finished off, it looks like a lot is going on in here, and I'm really liking the contrast between the floor and the top because it looks nice and clean down here, but a little bit more factory and industrial up here. And I need to clean off those dirt blocks just to give it that more aesthetic appeal. But man, I'm really liking this area. I'm thinking this looks pretty cool. The only thing it is lacking is maybe some slab work going across the floor, which I'm not absolutely sure I want to do because the way this cave crystal works, it just looks like the texture breaks off when I put a block in front of it. It's a very repetitive pattern if you haven't noticed, but this is still helping with lighting and making this place look really cool. But I still forgot a wall right here, which is probably going to drive everyone crazy. So I should probably get to that, and I'm going to probably work on a staircase as well, and I will catch you guys back here in a minute when I have some seared stone. Something to take note of and that is really interesting is this mine shaft here that has spawned in the mesa biome. That is really odd. I've never seen that occur. I don't know if that's just something on Modpacks, but that is really neat. I will keep that in my notes, the coordinates, and know where it is. But I'm going to try to get back to base because I'm not exactly sure where I am, and I've got a little bit of traversing to do, and I have found enough marble to finish off my design. We do have our patterns now, so let's go ahead and get a rolling on this. I have been using, I believe, Prism, and I have got some of that seared brick. I've got to probably get some more because it's going to probably require just a little bit more to do my smeltery. So here is the marble. Let's go ahead and place that in and break that. Let's go ahead and fill it in, making it look nice and slick. Ooh, we ran into a pickle there. Really? Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll improvise a little bit. Let's go ahead and take this row of blocks out, making it sort of look like an entry column, and taking some of this marble and placing it right there. And that should fix our problem. With our room completely decorated, it is looking pretty nice in here. It looks like I did miss one block here, but we will fix that just real quick before we move on. We do have some of this array brick right here, and this is what we're going to be using to fill in that spot right there. That is looking pretty cool, and I'm thinking from here we can go ahead and start building our smeltery. Just putting down seared brick, just like so. That speed charm is really throwing me off a little bit, but we are going to have to put some additions onto this. And I'm kind of wishing that I went with some more of a darker build just to go with the actual smeltery itself. But I'm thinking this looks okay for now. I could always change the floor if I want to, because I'm thinking the walls and the ceiling could go really well with a dark floor. The beginnings of our smeltery. I have been working on this for a little bit, doing some grout and craftings and all of that, and I do have some of this seared brick as my stairs here, which looks really good. It's starting to look pretty nice, but if we go over here to our crafting table, we're going to have to create what's called grout. So I'm pretty sure you put clay here, and then you put your sand like so. We only need a little bit of it if we can get away with it. I'm hoping that we can, and then we also have to have some stuff on the sides, which I'm thinking that is gravel. Let's try it out here. I could have it backwards. No, it looks like it is right. So we'll just go ahead and peel those away, making it look a little bit better there. Let's go ahead and make 32 of those. And this is going to create our seared brick. So if we do take this to the good old furnace and throw it in here, this is going to cook up to seared brick. As you can see, it is smelting up. I don't know exactly how more furnaces work. You'll have to explain that to me, guys. I am a little bit lost when it comes to that. So if we look in our smeltery stuff right here, we are looking to at least craft the seared tank, which is going to take quite clear glass right here. And that is going to be crafted in here, which I'm thinking I just ran out of sand. So I may have to run and get some real quick. Let's see here. Do I have any sand in here? Unfortunately, it looks like I'm just going to have to run over here real quick unless I have some in here. Okay. Let's just run over here real quick because we do have a speed charm and it's not going to take us very long. We just need to gather a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a couple of pieces. And I do have an efficiency 1 diamond shovel, so this should go pretty fast. There we go. Let's get a few pieces of those and roll on back. Seems like that speed charm gives you a nice depth strider as well, which I'm really liking and enjoying because it makes things 10 times easier. But let's go ahead and roll back down here if we can. And let's smelt up next some glass. So that is definitely going to be essential for this. So I'll wait for that to smelt up and we will get to crafting again. I'll catch you guys back here in a second. I now have 3 lava buckets that I'm going to be putting into this thing, giving it power. I now have my smeltery controller in and also the seared tank, and we got to place lava into the seared tank for this to work. I'm thinking maybe that's full. Does 1 bucket fill it all up? Because that's awesome. No, unfortunately it takes a couple of buckets here, so I'm just going to put in my final bucket. And this is our controller. We can actually put ingots into this, so let me see if I can grab my mining backpack here and see if we can possibly pull some stuff out of its inventory to put in here. So let's see. Let's try tin ore out. I think maybe I want to see what that's all about. Let's go ahead and put that in here, and as you can see, you have to kind of, I think, go like this. And it should be apparent up here. As you can see, you do see the ingots in there, so it is operating and functioning pretty nicely. Now from here we've got to make some, I believe, let's see here, we need this for sure, which is pretty easily done. Just got to get some more sand and smelt up some seared brick, and I'm believing it's not going to be too costly. Let's see what we've got here. This is the seared tank that we did make. And also we do have this, which is the seared window. Retains liquid when broken. Okay, very nifty. And this is, let's see, seared glass, part of the smeltery, saved for decoration. Okay. Alright. I'm thinking we sort of got things figured out now. We just got to at least get our basin in there, which I'm going to be working on, get a couple of those, and also one of those smeltery casting tables if they're around. So does this use a casting table, I believe? Let's see here. I believe that there is a certain type of casting table. Let me look it up here. Let's see. Casting right here. Casting table right here. This is what we need. So that's very easy to make as well. Let me go ahead and gather up some still seared brick, and we will put it and implement it into our smelter. Okay, so if we were to go back here and break these right here, and then place our smeltery drains like so, and then put in our faucets right here, I think this will activate. I'm not absolutely sure. Okay, there it goes. And this should fill up into a usable block, I'm thinking. Not absolutely sure. I haven't really gotten this far, so let's see what we got here. And we have got to let that solidify, and then now we have a tin block. Wow. Okay, that is pretty nifty. So if we were to keep going with this, what about this faucet? Since that did, okay, we still got more in there. I think we need a pattern right there. So if we were to actually grab one of these stencils here, let's see here. Do I have any in my patterns chest back here? We do have a wide guard. I'm just going to use this as an example just to see how it functions. And we could place our casting in there and turn on that faucet, I believe. Is that something we can do, or is this going to require something a little bit heavier? Not really sure, but if we do go in here and place this back into our patterns chest. I'll have to do some more research on it, but now we finally have our smeltery all complete. And while I am still on camera, I am going to take advantage of this and go ahead and try to make myself a hammer, because this is going to be very essential since we are wanting to make a base kind of underground and kind of above. I want to be able to dig tunnels, and hammers are going to be very select for this. The only thing is I'm going to be needing some item pallets, I believe. So we got to make some new stuff here. Let's see, this is our tool forge, and this is what we're going to be using to craft, I believe, the hammer itself. And I think what we may need is a, let's see here, an iron station of some sorts. Let's see, we do have this right here, a stencil table. Are we going to need a stencil table that is iron? I cannot see anything over here. Okay, so, okay, let's look up stencil table since that may be a little bit easier. Stencil table, whoop, forgot the N there. And that this is a bunch of different styles that you can select, which is, ooh, Mystic Leggings. That's kind of cool. It has auto repair on it. Okay, yeah, I don't see anything different, so I'm thinking what we could do is look at the schematic for the hammer, and we're going to have like a little tool rod here, and then also that. Now, I'm not really sure what the creepers are, so let's go over here and just give this a shot. So we do need some blank stencil patterns there, so I've got one in here. Going to make that there, and that is, I believe, one of the pieces, and we should have a hammer piece in here somewhere. Right here it is. I think I need some more patterns, so let me see if I got any in my chest over here. I know I've been keeping them somewhere. There they are. Let's go ahead and put these in our inventory. So putting in a blank pattern here and then going over to the hammer should allow us to do that. And then I'm thinking a tool rod is going to be the next thing. Let's see here. What is this pattern here? If we were to able, okay, the tough tool rod pattern. So let's go ahead and take that just in case we may need it. Let's see here. So from here, we need to, I guess, go back. Could we try maybe doing this? I'm not sure. I can lay a casting down there. The only thing is it will not pour onto that. So I'm not exactly sure what I've done there. That is a smeltery drain. So let's see here. Do I have enough? Perhaps there's enough in this controller here. This is going to make 3 blocks right here. So that's kind of cool. It shows you that information. But unfortunately, I don't think these are the right castings, and I'm not really sure why that's not working. So I guess we could try to just make our standard tool here. I should have, do I have 2 of those? I need to make another creeper face. So let's go ahead and do that right here. Okay, and then we can go over to our part builder, I believe, and then we can make our actual thing here. So let's go ahead and take this out because it's been laying in there for all episode. Let's see here. So we do have this hammer head right here. Let's go over. Oh, we can actually tab over. That is so cool. I didn't even realize I was doing that before, but we do have a stone hammer head right here. And then this is going to be our, I don't know exactly what that is. Let's see here. Can I throw that out without having to access my, and just enough items there? Let's see. Can we, I was wondering if you can actually, I guess you have to smelt down emeralds. And we should have some more stone to put in there. Let's see if we could just put some, or not stone. We need a, let's see, what do we need? If I can get this emerald out of my inventory. It's just bugging me to death. I cannot do anything. Okay. Alright, so we do have, let's see, this is stone large plate. Okay, we could just craft it from there. I didn't even realize that. Still getting used to this, guys. I'm sorry. I haven't ever messed with Tinker's Construct. So it's a new experience for me. It's very interesting. But did I just drop that? Or what's going on there? Let's see. We got chicken manure we don't need. And we do have one here. Okay, so we do have that. Now we just need our tough tool rod, and I'm thinking that should be just about it. Let's go ahead and put this in our inventory, and I will be sure to clean this out because my inventory gets full every time I say I'm going to clean it. And let's see, we have a parts builder right here, not a parts builder, but a tool forge, which is going to require for the hammer. So let's go ahead and put our hammer head in there, our good old rod, and then we should have a couple of plates to put on the sides of that, and that's going to make the stone hammer. Yeah, it's not that crazy, but let's see if we can give this a shot. Probably wouldn't be the best idea to do it in here because it is a little bit destructive. Just run out here real quick into like a cavern system of some sort and see how this works. Should probably go over this way. Just run in this cave real quick before these creepers do get attracted to me. He's still after me, but we can do different. Well, let's go ahead and kill this guy so I could show you. He's kind of, ooh, okay, I was about to say, maybe I could have got him with my diamond there, but as you can see, the hammer takes out a bunch of blocks, and that could become very useful for base building. So that's definitely neat. It's only 2 hits, and that thing is already almost broken, but that is a good example of what it can do. So we can get some stronger materials through the smeltery so that we can have some pretty overpowered hammers, and they'll last for a long time. I want to go sleep, so there'll be daytime. And I think that's going to probably about wrap things up. Alrighty, and I think that's going to be about it for this episode. Hope you guys did enjoy it. We did get quite a bit done. We do have ourselves a nice smeltery now, and we are able to make some pretty overpowered things if we can find the materials. But I'm going to probably roll off. You guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in episode 4. Take care.